morning and happy Wednesday. This is our Over the Hump. We over the hump. We getting over the hump on Wednesday. We really get over the hump every day. You know how we get over? We keep our conscious contact with the God of our understanding, with the higher power of our understanding. And when we do that, we know that there's nothing outside the realm of possibilities in our source, our substance. Everything we do, every move we make, every thought we have, we spiritualize it. That's what this is about. I'm here to remind you to spiritualize your thinking. What does that mean? Go within. We out here looking for answers all the time. On the internet, we're researching, and then we scroll like this and see what this one has to say on CNN and on Fox and all, and then we formulate, right? We coming out of the world now. Look at all that formulation. Look what it's doing for us. Look at our world. How you doing this morning? What's up, everybody? Y'all know why I'm here. I'm here to motivate you, influence you, inspire you. I'm here to encourage you. And bam, baby, here to empower you. Be authentically you today. Do you. Too much copycat clout chasing around here for me. Oh my God, everybody look the same. You know, and then I'm sharing with this young person the other day, when I hear some of this music. Now back in the day, you know, when you heard, you know, like the whispers. Come on, Luther. We know what Luther sound like, right? Aretha. We know what Aretha sound like. The Temptation, y'all remember? The Motown. Y'all remember Motown? We remember everybody had their own unique sound. But today, all those rap, all them people sound, they all sound alike. I can't tell this one from that one. But one thing for sure, we can tell the voice of God, of our higher power, when we hear it, okay? It's a familiar voice. It's a voice that speaks to us all the time, but we don't hear it because we're in the world. We've forgotten what that voice sounds like. So I want you to practice today. Practice, practice, practice. Practice listening. Listening to your thoughts. Listening to what you're thinking about. Consciousness is who we are. We are God's highest creation. We think of our world. We think of our belief system. Check this out. We think of our religion. Religion is a belief system based on what? Theology, philosophy, and all those other things. But we okay whether we religious or not. Only thing we want to be religious about. We ain't religious about going to church every Sunday. What we're religious about is keeping a conscious contact with God. What we are being religious about, that rituals, what we are practicing. We're practicing reminding ourselves that life works. When we work it, raise your right hand. Repeat after me, life works. When I work it. Where you working it at? In your consciousness, in your awareness. Nobody make you turn this video on. Y'all just be peeking and looking on these false, what they call them, fake profile. I be seeing all this stuff across my screen of somebody you may know. I don't know nothing. Also be blank faces. Anyway, come on. Life works. When I work it, what you working on today? What's working on you? What's working on you? I can't see inside your little brief. What's working on you? Because that's what you need to be working on. Life works when I work it and we rest in it. It just becomes still. Focus in on your breathing. Breathe in. Take a breath. Come on. And we hold it. We just pause. We do this all throughout the day, and that's the exhale, that's the release. And then we practice over and over again. Practice working on what's working. If it ain't broke, why are you trying to fix it? Become still. Be okay when the TV ain't on. When the house is all black and pitch black. Be okay. Because out of the darkness came what? Came our creation, you guys. Out of the closed darkness, we couldn't see our brain moving around with thoughts, right? But out of the darkness came formation, right? Because we spoke some things into existence, right thinking. Life works when we work it. Right feelings. How you feeling today? This is about expanding in consciousness. Our world changes. We are global in our thinking. We are here to expand on our ideas about the higher power of our understanding. Breathe that thought in. Let us meditate on that. Breathe in. Image bearers. Image bearers. Image bearers. That's what we are. That's what I am. And if you hanging out with me, that's what you're going to be. We're image bearers. Look at our world. We have forgotten that we are the highest creation on the earth. We have poison, everything. Poison the food. Every time you look up, they got a recall on this, recall on that. What do you eat? We really don't. See, spirit don't need food, okay? Let's talk this more. It's the body that needs the nourishment. You know, spirit is to remind us in our consciousness and our awareness what foods to select. See, we all don't need the same food. We all need water, right? We all need food, but we all don't need the same food because spirit is who we are. And what's for me may not be for you. Everybody ain't no alcoholic. Everybody ain't got insulin. That kind of stuff for type 2 diabetes, whatever. Council universe, we don't speak those words in the universe because we know that our words become flesh. So we're very careful. There's so much I want to teach you about realigning yourself. We align ourselves through meditation. We become still. And we rest in it. Resting is a part of the creative process. We must learn to rest in the middle of the day. Ain't talking about go climb in the bed. We're going to sleep. You're going to miss it. You better not go to sleep. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about resting. Silence. We ain't doing nothing. Oh, how you stop thinking? I can't stop thinking. Can't nobody stop thinking. Yes, you can. Yes, we can. We're a divine collective conscious. Each one of us practice daily building a greater relationship with ourselves, with our inner selves. We come out of the world, get off that phone, can't fix nobody, trying to fix, manage, and control. We can't do any of that. We get acceptance that of ourselves, we can't do nothing, so we can't fix that. The same higher power that works in your life is working in their life, right? We have to come into an understanding that we ain't the big kahuna. We are the big kahuna in expression. So all day long, I want to remind myself to bear the image. Woo, because this is what happens, you guys. We're not talking about, let me get a sip of coffee and I'm going to tell you what happens. Got my Starbucks. Espresso, baby. Listen, this is what happens. We always, through practice, we either observed it and adapted it, or we took someone else's perspective, or we take our own perspective. Let's not blame the devil. Y'all know the devil made me do it. No, this is what we often do. We look at other folks, and we adopt that error consciousness that we see other people expressing in their lives. And we forget that we're spiritual beings. And what we do is we resort to what we learn. We resort to what's familiar. And you can't tell me you don't. I don't care how holy and you supposed to be. And I'm whatever you think you are, it's in your brain. You are the thinking the thoughts that making the things in your life. That don't mean I'm thinking that way about you. You think too much of yourself. Ego. Easing God out. That's what I'm talking to you. You know who you are. You know, because I'm the this and the that. Whatever you are, you still a spiritual being. You still live in the spiritual. You ain't no different than me in your congregation. Or we are all the same. We resort to what is familiar. That's what we do. So we want to change our thinking, so we change our life. We want a new familiarity, okay? We want to depend on God as the source of our supply. Awareness. We have to come to awareness, come out of the world. Y'all in the matrix for real. I get nervous going out of my place. I don't know. I had to put on the whole armor of God in my consciousness. I prepare myself through what? Through prayer, meditation. Meditation is our realignment. We breathe in. We relax ourselves. And then we begin to concentrate. You know what I'm saying? Then the Spirit of God eases us. We call it the Holy Spirit over here. Eases us into the meditative state where we ain't thinking. We're just being consciousness. Uh-oh. You hear what I said? We're just being consciousness. We realign ourselves. Threefold: spirit, soul, body. We realign ourselves. Mind, idea, expression, action. Okay? We realign ourselves. Superconscious, conscious, subconscious phase of mind. We realign ourselves in consciousness. That's our spiritual being. That's our God of our understanding. The power that is greater than us. The power that is all power. The only reason why we got some power is because of the power. The creative power in the universe that ushered us into this wilderness. We forgot, and I'm here to remind you to pick up your cross and walk. That's right. Pick up that bed. Pick up that cross and walk. Stand on your own two big spiritual feet today. Be who God has created you to be, who your higher power created you to be. Who are you? Who are you? Where you going? And what are you doing today to get to where you're going? I got my coffee here because this is what I do. I feel freer in my home. I feel freer where I live. Look, the first stop when I got to Nashville, look, it was more like the landlord, my roof has sprung a leak. Don't you remember I told you about it way last week? Landlord, these steps are falling down. I can't remember all the words, but anyway, that's how I felt. But you know what? We live in a solution, right thinking. God is the source of our supply. Right thinking, right feeling. You should feel good thinking about your higher power. And stop praying for stuff. Stop asking for stuff, stop asking for stuff and then start peeking out the window, looking in the mailbox. Listen, we must trust. If you believe, your belief ushers you. Our faith anchors us. Okay? I remember my mama used to go, yeah, mama, and we'd be in the kitchen after church. And I said, that because, and her kid, I miss mama. But anyway, we had these conversations. She said, because you ain't got no faith. She would always tell me, oh, your little faith. Help my unbelief. Mama used to always tell me that. Because we have to go deeper, you guys. It's not about saying, oh, I got faith in God, I love God, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. How your feet moving? When the shit hit the fan, how you moving then? When the relationship is over, how you moving then? How you like me now? Bam! Because this is how we do it. This is how we do it. Slow but sure. The journey continues.